flurry of Lewis's attack.
What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before we get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Thomas Hill, #JBT. Mike Mazik, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Miss Cass, #JBT. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, The Box Storian. Today, it's Fantasy Matchups Monday. Riddick Bowe versus the Legends. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's The Box Storian bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone? This is the Monday afternoon edition of Cat Sports, The Box Storian. Right back at the beginning of another big week of boxing history. Okay, since we had Riddick Bowe was the profile Friday, and he's gonna fight or match up against like 15 legends from different eras, and then we got like 15 other fights that we're gonna have. 5 or 6 other matchups other than Riddick Bowe. We got Rocky Marciano versus Jack Dempsey, Evander Holyfield versus Alexander Usyk, Muhammad Ali versus Teofimo Stevenson, George Foreman versus Ernie Shaver. Somebody going to sleep in that one. Evander Holyfield versus Roy Jones Jr. and Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. We're going to see how those. I think those matchups will turn out. But salute everybody. Appreciate everybody in the building so far. We are going to look at some highlights of boxing history. We're in the 2011. We will do the year 2011 today. We're going year by year now. So, highlights of boxing history. 2011. Okay. That was the year when the Super 6 ended. They crowned Andre Ward as the Super 6 champion. Came out of it with the WBA and the WBC titles. Okay. But the life and career, no, that was Friday. Riddick Bowe against the fantasy matchups Monday today. Riddick Bowe again, but he's going to match up against some legends of different eras and see how he comes out against them. But highlights of boxing history right now, 2011. Okay, did everybody have a good weekend? How about them? I was gonna say Redskins, but what's their name now? How about them Redskins, man? Forget some Commanders. They always be the Redskins to me. Damn it, they was the Redskins since the 50s. Then all of a sudden they want to tell them you got to change the name. Come on, man, get out of here with that politically correct bullshit. That's crazy, man. The Indians don't give a damn what about being them calling themselves the. They even made the Cleveland Indians change their name. They're the Cleveland Guardians now. So how about them Redskins yesterday, man? Little Lamar was something else, wasn't he? I call the Redskins quarterback Little Lamar. Yeah. Man, we're going to have a tough matchup Sunday, the Ravens and the Bills in Buffalo. That might be the game of the entire playoffs right there. Of course, we beat them 35-10 during the regular season, but that is a totally different Buffalo team now. Okay, so that is going to be tough. And I think the first weekend of the playoffs, the home teams won 4 out of 5. The Redskins was the only team that went on the road. Didn't they win? I saw most of the game, but yeah. It's tough to win on the road during the regular season, and especially when you get to those playoffs, man. You see how the fans is howling and screaming when the other team got the ball. Then when the home team get the ball, it's complete silence. Me and Miss Cass was talking about that yesterday. They make it so you can't hear if your other team, but when their team get the ball, hey, that's the 12th man, But let's get to talking about boxing. 2011. With NFL playoffs, man. No other sport like it but boxing. The greatest sport of them all. Mike Rim in the building. Yeah, the Vikings tonight. Yeah, the Vikings play tonight on the Monday night game. Final game of wild card weekend. Minnesota Vikings. And the Rams. But the Rams got to play in Arizona because they got all those fires going on out there. But people will travel. That ain't far. Just like the Ravens playing in D.C. somewhere, So the Rams will definitely still had a home court because, the Vikings coming all the way from Minnesota. And so, yeah, just from L.A. to Arizona. They couldn't very well have it out there in L.A., all the fires and stuff going on out there, So, yeah. But that's tonight, the Vikings at the Rams. Final game of wild card weekend. So far, I think the home team has won 4 out of 5. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Highlights of boxing history. 2011. I just got home like 10 minutes ago. January 4th, 2011. Had a doctor's appointment. Then they waited all day, and then the woman wanted me to take a flu shot and all that. And she was taking too long, and I left, man. I'm like, damn. And still got home like 1:45. So if I would have waited, I would have probably still been there. And then she kept calling me when I was on the way home. I wouldn't answer the phone, so she called Miss Cass. That's my backup number, and told Miss Cass she was going to wait for me. She got a long wait. If she down there waiting for me at the doctor, she got a long wait. Okay. January 4th, 2011. Southern Highlands Homeowners Association filed a lawsuit to the Clark County District Court seeking $10,000 in damages and an injunction against Floyd Mayweather Jr. This comes in addition to numerous other charges Mayweather Jr. is facing. Yeah, Floyd was going through the ringer around that time. Remember, he had domestic charges against some of his kids' mothers, one of his kids' mothers, and he had some kind of theft charge. Now he got some kind of damages against this homeowners association. Wow. And he actually did a little bit of jail time. Not that they said with the 8 charges he had in the domestic, he could have got 34 years, but didn't get anything near that. Okay. And then on January 29th, 2011, probably Floyd again. Nope. Timothy Bradley defeats Devin Alexander by a 10th round technical decision. The fight was stopped due to a cut Alexander had received from an accidental headbutt in the 3rd round, which was made worse by more headbutts in the 11th round, and a final 4th headbutt in the 10th. Both fighters came in with undefeated records, and the fight was initially praised as one of the few good matchups between 2 top-ranked Americans in recent years. That wasn't accidental, that big waterhead Tim Bradley got. He used that that was his 3rd hand. With the win, Bradley unified the junior welterweight titles by defending his WBO title and winning Alexander's WBC title. Yeah, unification fight. Old water-headed Tim Bradley won. February 12th, 2011. Sorry, Tim. That was a 3rd weapon, though, his head, a 3rd hand. Now, February 12th, 2011. Arthur Abraham defeats Stephane Bozic by an official 2nd round technical knockout. The fight was stopped after Bozic punched Abraham's elbow and fractured his hand. Wow. Through the glove. February 15th. Punched his elbow and fractured his hand, man. That's crazy. February 15th. The Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao, visited the American capital of Washington, D.C. during a press tour to have meetings with President Barack Obama and Nevada Senator Harry Reid. What does that have to do with boxing? I guess, Manny was a politician in the Philippines, so yeah. I don't know why I put that in there. March 19th. 2011. Nonito Donaire defeats Fernando Montiel by TKO in the 2nd round to unify the WBO and WBC bantamweight titles. Donaire started the fight strong by controlling most of the 1st round, landing a left hook that briefly stunned Montiel. Now in the 2nd round, Donaire started landing a few combinations before finishing Montiel with a solid hook. 2-round fight. Wow. May 1st. Nonito got him out of there. The Filipino Flash. May 1st, 2011. I think that's supposed to be May 5th or May 7th. I don't know what's going on now. May 7th, May 5th. Canelo Alvarez defeats Matthew Hatton by unanimous decision to become the WBC junior middleweight champion. Okay, Canelo. Still in 2011. We're going to finish up 2011. Okay? And then we're going to start Riddick Bowe against the Legends. Some fantasy matchups. Mythical fights today. May 8th. That was March, by the way. The wrong date. May 8th. April, May. Lionel Rose dies at the age of 62. Yeah, Lionel Rose. Pretty good fighter back in the day. May 21st. Bernard Hopkins defeats John Pascal. Hopkins, at age 46, becomes the oldest man in the history of boxing to win a major world title, supplanting George Foreman, who had previously held the championship after his knockout victory over Michael Moore at 45. And Beha broke that twice, remember? He broke it at 48, then he broke it again at 49, and the official record stands at 49. But that was his first time breaking it, when he beat Foreman's 45. Yep. Bernard Hopkins. Currently the oldest man to win a heavyweight title. Win any title. Not heavyweight, any title. Yeah, B-Hop. As part of the Hopkins-Pascal card, Chad Dawson defeats Adrian Diakondu 9 months after his loss to Pascal. It was Dawson's first fight under Hall of Fame trainer Emmanuel Stewart. Yeah, he had went to Emmanuel then. Yeah, that was a good move for him too. Also on May 21st, Dennis Lebedev brutally knocks out Roy Jones Jr. in the 10th round. Jones falls face first to the canvas and is unconscious for several minutes. Yeah, that was a brutal, bad knockout. It was time for Roy to get out of there then. June 4th, yeah, it was time for Roy to give it up. But you know, it's hard when you've been doing it so long and doing it at top level so long. It's hard to, you know, when you get knocked out, going down face first and you're out for a couple of minutes, that shouldn't be too hard. Let's Talk Fashion in the building. Salute, Let's Talk Fashion. How are you today, bro? And we are talking about, today is Riddick Bowe. We did Riddick Bowe Friday. He was the profile. So today he's the subject of the fantasy matchups Monday. Got 14 matchups. Of course, him and Lennox Lewis. You know, gotta head that one. But salute, Let's Talk Fashion. We're finishing up 2011 on the highlights of boxing history. And then we're going to start with the Lennox Lewis. No, Riddick Bowe. June 4th. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. defeats Sebastian Zivic by majority decision to capture the WBC middleweight title and become the first Mexican to win a major title in the middleweight division. JCC, just a couple more. July 2nd, 2011. Tomorrow we'll start with 2012. Highlights of boxing history. Vladimir Klitschko defeats David Haye by unanimous decision. Klitschko, already the holder of 4 heavyweight championships, adds Haye's WBA title to his collection. Must have had a minor belt in there too. Yep. August 13th, 2011. Abner Maris wins a highly disputed majority decision over Joseph Agbiko. And Kimbo Slice makes his boxing debut with a 17-second knockout of James Wade. 17 seconds in his debut fight. Wow. October 15th. 17 seconds. Okay. October 15th. In what is later changed to a no contest, Bernard Hopkins is unable to continue after injuring his shoulder in the second round of a light heavyweight fight with Chad Dawson. Dawson was initially awarded a knockout victory, but they changed it to a no contest. And finally, final date for 2011 was November 7th, okay? And on that day, Joe Frazier dies due to liver cancer. November 7th, 2011, we lost Smoking Joe Frazier. Yep, that's fitting note to end on. Great boxer, passed away that day. And remember, him and Ali retired in 81. The way their careers were intertwined with each other, they retired 1 week apart. Frazier retired 1 week, and then Ali retired the very next week. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, 1 week apart. Crazy. Okay. Fantasy matchups Monday. Riddick Bowe versus the Legends. Pictures got all mixed up. I didn't have time to put them in, but I rushed it. But yeah, we planned it by ear because I know what they look like. I don't even think I put this one in. But since this fantasy matchups Monday, 16th, that's last Monday. Yes. Remember the 16th fighter tournament? I told you this has been a rough morning. Had a doctor's appointment and they kept me down there all morning. The lady called Miss Cass. She was calling me when I was on the way home. I wouldn't answer. And Miss Cass is in the backup number. She called Miss Cass and told Miss Cass she waiting for me. She got a long wait. She down there waiting for me. She got a long wait. I made the appointment at 8, right? So I could be home by like 11. I'm getting home like 10 minutes to 2. Come on, man. I got back and left. And it was some woman act like she didn't like men or something. I don't know. I ain't did nothing to her first time I saw her in my life. I was probably cheating on her with her sister or something. Crazy, man. Don't take it out on me. But let's go. Riddick Bowe versus the Legends. Mess my morning up. Okay. Now, we're gonna talk. All these matchups are at a heavyweight today, so let's talk about the heavyweight division for a moment, okay? Riddick and Muhammad Ali. Wow. Okay, now the heavyweight is it 230? Yeah. The heavyweight division is considered the most prestigious and important weight class in boxing, often seen as the face of the sport due to its large fighters and high-profile champions, with legendary names like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, and Rocky Marciano historically holding the heavyweight title, generating significant public interest and recognition for the sport as a whole, right? Now let's look at some key reasons why the heavyweight division is so important to boxing. Number one, public appeal. The sheer size and power of heavyweight fighters naturally attract a large audience, making the division more widely recognized by casual fans, okay? Number two, the historical significance. Many of boxing's most iconic fighters have been heavyweight champions, contributing to the division's legacy and prestige. And finally, number three, symbolic power. Now, holding a heavyweight title is often seen as the ultimate achievement in boxing, signifying dominance and mastery in the sport. Okay? Now, Riddick Bowe. I know we talked, Riddick Bowe was the profile Friday, but let's sum him up again real quick. Take 2 minutes. Riddick Bowe. Big Daddy. That's what they called him. Big Daddy Bowe. Okay? I don't know what's going on with these pictures today. It's going. Now, Riddick Bowe is a former professional boxer and kickboxer who competed from 1989 to 2008 as a boxer and 2013 to 2016, respectively, as a kickboxer, 2013-2016. In 1992, Bowe held the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship title, and in 1988, he won a silver medal in the super heavyweight division at the Summer Olympics. Now, Bowe lost his title to Evander Holyfield in a memorable fight. He also competed in kickboxing, right, 2013-2016. And Bowe was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2015. His boxing style was characterized by his left hook and fierce demeanor. He was known for his ability to absorb powerful punches without getting knocked down. Never not one of five heavyweight champions that never was knocked out in his career. Okay, Riddick Bowe. Rocky was one of them too. Okay. Now let's get to the first matchup. Now, I don't know where the picture's at for this. Okay, I don't know. It's Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Smoking Joe Frazier. There you go, right there. That was luck. Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis is the first matchup. Okay? Now, the hypothetical matchup between Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe is a popular topic among boxing fans, as both fighters were elite heavyweights in the 1990s. Now, Lennox Lewis was known for his technical skill, powerful jab, and strong right hand. Lennox had a solid amateur background, including winning a gold medal at the 1988 Olympics. And you know who he beat in the gold medal match? Riddick Bowe, right? And Lennox became a 3-time world heavyweight champion during his professional career. Lewis was also known for his ability to adapt during fights and his resilience. Now, Riddick Bowe, on the other hand, was celebrated for his exceptional combination of size, speed, and boxing ability. He was a 2-time heavyweight champion and is famous for his trilogy with The Real Deal, Evander Holyfield. Big time, one of the greatest trilogies of all time, where Bowe won the first fight in a thrilling contest, and he stopped Holyfield in the third fight, losing the middle fight in the Fan Man incident, the Fan Man fight. Now, Bowe had a powerful left hook and was known for his aggressive style. In terms of a matchup with Lewis, many analysts believe that Lewis's height, 6'5", and reach, 84 inches, would give him an advantage in controlling the distance with his jab and counterpunching ability. Now, Lewis's tactical approach and experience against a variety of opponents might also play a crucial role. Now, Bowe's strengths would lie in his ability to pressure Lewis and engage in exchanges, where his combinations could potentially overwhelm Lewis. However, Bowe's defensive skills were sometimes questioned, which could leave him vulnerable to Lewis's counters. Now, overall, while it's impossible to definitively say who would win, many fans and analysts lean toward Lewis due to his technical prowess and ability to fight at range. However, Bowe's talent and power would always make him a dangerous opponent in any matchup. This is probably the biggest heavyweight fight of the modern era that never happened, okay? Now back to the matchup. Now at distance, Lewis would be the better boxer, while at close range, it would be advantage Bowe in a big way. Now if you go back and watch, now so many people make so much out of that Olympic gold medal fight they had. But if you go back and watch it, the gold medal match in the Olympics, you will see a competitive fight that ends with a strange referee stoppage in favor of Lewis. So in terms of this matchup at the professional level, that fight tells us in the Olympics tells us absolutely nothing, okay? And too bad we never got this matchup at the professional level, because it could have been the best heavyweight fight of the 90s, potentially a legendary trilogy. Now, Bowe likely wins the first fight in the trilogy in the early 90s by unanimous decision. That was potentially one of the top heavyweights of the 90s. 1992, Riddick Bowe, he wins the first one. Now, Lennox makes the adjustments and wins the rematch by decision. And by the time the rubber match occurs, Bowe's weight issues become a factor, and Lennox wins again by unanimous decision. Lennox takes the trilogy 2-1 over Bowe. Okay? Yeah, Lennox wins the trilogy. Because it's 1-1, and by the time the rubber match comes around, Bowe is undisciplined, having weight problems, blowing up to 400 pounds between fights and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Supposed to be Muhammad Ali and Bowe, I think. Yeah. Okay, the next matchup is Riddick Bowe versus Muhammad Ali. Riddick Bowe versus Muhammad Ali. Okay, now this is potentially a really good matchup here. 1992 Bowe versus 1966 Ali. Prime versus prime. The lack of discipline made Bowe's prime short, but he was a heck of a fighter when he beat Evander Holyfield. And Bowe had the best inside game of any heavyweight in recent memory. And because he had great reach, too, finding a good range to fight Bowe from was hard. If you fight him at distance, he'd one to your head off. You fight Bowe in close, and you would be the recipient of uppercuts all day. Okay, finding a good range to fight Bowe from was really hard. Now, but Ali was more than a heck of a fighter. Ali was the best heavyweight ever. He was much faster, smarter, and tougher than Bowe. And big, rangy fighters did not give Ali problems. Remember how he dominated Ernie Terrell back in the 60s, who was a big, rangy fighter? Closest thing to Bowe Ali fought. He spent the fight making the man say it's calling Muhammad Ali, right? Dominated him. And Ali would keep the fight with Bowe on the outside and jab his head off before landing some solid right hands. Now, there is one wild card in the Bowe Ali matchup by the name of Eddie Futch. Eddie Futch was Bowe's trainer in 1992, right? Now, Ali had 5 losses as a professional boxer. In 4 of those losses, Futch was the opposing trainer. Frazier, Norton, Holmes, and Burbage. Only loss Futch wasn't the trainer, and against Ali was Leon Spinks. Yep. So Futch knew Ali very well, and he could come up with a game plan that would neutralize some of Ali's advantages against Bowe. And that would likely allow Bowe to last, but it would not allow Bowe to win. Ali by wide unanimous decision over Riddick Bowe. Okay? The next matchup is Riddick Bowe versus Smoking Joe Frazier. There it is. I might be in order. Riddick Bowe versus Smoking Joe Frazier. Okay? Now, who would win between these two prodigies of legendary trainer Eddie Futch? Right? Eddie had both of these guys. Joe Frazier was an all-time great, while Riddick Bowe was an all-time disappointment. Although he might have been an all-time great. Bowe certainly had the tools. At his best, he was huge, mobile, with power in both hands, and had speed. At his worst, he was lazy and would not train. Okay? Excuse me. Let me take a drink. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay. He at his best, Bowe was huge, mobile, with power in both hands. At his worst, he was lazy and would not train. Now, Smoking Joe Frazier was 200 pounds of fire and desire. Frazier only lost 4 fights as a pro, right? 2 to George Foreman, to the Muhammad Ali. Okay, them the only ones that beat him in the greatest heavyweight era of all, George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. Okay, now, and yeah, those were two of the top heavyweights of all time. Now, Bowe only lost one fight, a decision loss to Evander Holyfield in the Fan Man fight. So he might have went undefeated had it been for that Fan Man incident. But Bowe also had a no decision against Buster Mathis. Now, Frazier fought in the golden age of heavyweights, facing not only Foreman and Ali, but such fighters as Jerry Quarry, Oscar Bonavena, and George Chuvalo, right? And Frazier's competition was definitely better than Bowe's, who had to settle for Tony Tubbs and Tyrell Biggs. Now, styles make fights. This would have pitted a classic swarmer against a classic mobile boxer puncher. Fortunately, we have a blueprint for how this fight would play out with Bowe Holyfield. Holyfield fought as a swarmer in the last two fights of the trilogy, winning one, losing the rubber match by knockout. And Frazier was quite simply a better fighter than Holyfield. And Holyfield was not a natural heavyweight. Frazier hit harder than Holyfield and was every bit as tough as Holyfield. Some people will point to the Foreman-Frazier fight as a blueprint for this matchup, but Bowe, at his best, was no George Foreman, right? He had nowhere near Big George's strength and punching power. Now, Frazier-Bowe fight would depend on which one could impose his will on the other, just as the Bowe-Holyfield fights did, with the thought that Frazier was stronger and hit harder than Holyfield. Had to keep that in mind, you know. Now, it would also depend on how long the fight was, because championship fights in Frazier's day were 15-round affairs, remember? While in Bowe's day, they were 12 rounds. Now, a long fight would have favored a relentless Joe Frazier. And this would be a hard, vicious battle. But I lean toward Frazier to outlast Bowe. Smoking Joe never tired, and he hit just as hard in the 15th round as he did in the first round, okay? Bowe was never stopped in his career, so Frazier wins by unanimous decision, okay? Frazier by UD over Riddick Bowe. Okay? Now, the next matchup is Big George Foreman. Riddick Bowe versus Big George Foreman. Remember, I got the pictures mixed up, but I got them. Let's see if we can locate Big George. Nope. Very interesting. Yeah, boy, I'm sorry. Damn, I got two of them in there. This is crazy. I'm sorry. That's Riddick and no, that's not that's Mauricio's father. What was his name? Mauricio's father. There's Riddick. No, there's Joe Frazier again. Jose Suleiman. There's Riddick and Big George. Riddick and Big George Foreman. That's the next matchup. Riddick Bowe versus Big George Foreman. Fantasy matchups Monday. Okay? Everybody hitting the appreciation button. I guess. Okay. Now, in a fantasy fight between Riddick Bowe and Big George Foreman, most boxing experts would favor George Foreman to win, likely by knockout, due to his superior power, punching ability, and tendency to overwhelm opponents with aggression. Even though Bowe had good size and stamina. However, some argue that Bowe's technical skills could potentially allow for a close fight, or even an upset victory, if he could effectively counter Foreman's attacks. Now, Foreman is widely regarded as one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history, right? Making him a significant threat to knock out any opponent he faces, even Riddick Bowe, who was never knocked out in his career. Now, Foreman's tendency to come forward aggressively and throw heavy punches could put pressure on Bowe and potentially overwhelm him. Now, Bowe would have a good size and reach advantage, which would help him keep Foreman at bay and land jabs. Also, while not as powerful as Foreman, Bowe was considered a technically sound boxer with a good jab and ability to counterpunch. Now, overall, while a Bowe upset is possible, the majority opinion would likely be that Foreman's superior power and aggression would likely lead to a knockout, okay, in this mythical matchup. Now, although Bowe was never stopped in his career, he also never fought Big George Foreman in his career. So Big George by middle round stoppage. Big George by middle round stoppage over Riddick in this one. Okay. Man, excuse me for 1 minute. Give me 2 minutes, please. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm on the way back. I am on the way back. The doctor's people. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, the next matchup, fantasy matchup Monday. Riddick Bowe versus the Legends. The next matchup is Ken Norton. Ken Norton. I think I saw Ken Norton back that way. It might be in order. Okay. I think that's supposed to be Ken Norton. No, that's Jerry Cooney. I'm gonna get Jerry Cooney mixed up with Ken Norton. I don't know. I got mixed up. Tyson. I don't know what happened. They messed me up at the doctor because they took all day. I was at the VA. And they get like 15 people the same appointment. Mine was 8 o'clock, and so was like 15 other people. 8 o'clock. That's crazy. Okay, I can't find Norton. Let's move on. Well, we're gonna do Norton, but we just don't have no picture. Okay. This will be Riddick Bowe versus Ken Norton. Okay, Riddick Bowe versus Ken Norton. How does that turn out? Now, again, styles make fights. And big beats small if everything else is equal. But first, against Norton, it would depend which Riddick Bowe shows up, right? If it's the Bowe who fought Holyfield the first and third times, he would be favored over Norton. Bowe was 6'5" and 81-inch reach, and he weighed in his best days 235 to 240. He was big, strong, fast, with power in both hands. Okay, he could fight inside and outside. Unlike Bowe, Norton was always in shape. Norton was 6'3" with an 80-inch reach, extremely strong with an odd herky-jerky style, which troubled some opponents. It didn't seem to bother punchers, according to his fight against Davis and Foreman, right? Now, strength-wise, Norton was probably close to Bowe, but Norton fought at 205 to 210 pounds, right? That would be giving away 2 inches of height and 25 to 30 pounds of mass. Now, if Bowe was in shape, that is. That's why I said it depends on which Bowe shows up. Now, while Norton could match up with Bowe strength-wise, the size difference would be telling in a long fight. Bowe was very good at using his size and mass to lean on and bull smaller fighters. Okay? Also, Bowe had a solid chin, and Norton had a shakier one. Okay? Now, if Bowe came into this fight in shape, he should be able to wear Norton down, get through his defense, and stop him. And in shape, Bowe wins by late round stoppage in this one. Okay? All depends on which Riddick Bowe shows up. The Rise Podcast in the building. Fantasy matchups Monday. Riddick Bowe against the Legends. And that's the Riddick Bowe and Kenny Norton. The next matchup is Riddick Bowe versus Jerry Cooney. Now, I just went past Jerry Cooney, remember, but it was way back down there somewhere. Got my pictures all mixed up today. Remember? Jerry Cooney was way down there. Okay, remember, I thought it was Ken Norton. Boy, this is crazy. Gentleman Jerry Cooney. Did he go? I think, no. That's Andre Ward and Carl Froch. And what is that doing in there? That was the other day. You're going to find it. Riddick Bowe and Jerry Cooney, okay? Don't forget it. That's Riddick Bowe and let's talk about it. Riddick Bowe and Jerry Cooney. I got my pictures all mixed up, sorry. Now, can 1992 Riddick Bowe stand up to the power of 1981 Jerry Cooney? Cooney was dangerous, but Bowe had too much of everything for Gentleman Jerry. Bowe's durability, inside fighting game, and power would eventually break Cooney down. Jerry could punch and even box a bit, and he likely would catch Bowe with some decent shots during the fight. Look how many clean left hooks Michael Dokes landed on Bowe before being stopped, and that was just in the first round, right? Dokes landed all those shots on him. And Gentleman Jerry was known for his left hook. Cooney knew how to fight big. Dad well, had a very good two-handed arsenal, and showed a big heart and toughness. But none of that would be enough to beat Riddick Bowe. Cooney could potentially push Bowe hard early, but Bowe would weather the early storm and stop an exhausted Cooney in the 8th to 10th round. Okay, Mike Tyson. I know I just saw that one. Bowe and Mike Tyson. What's the next matchup? Yeah, there we go. Riddick Bowe versus Mike Tyson is the next matchup. Okay? Fantasy matchups Monday. Riddick Bowe versus Mike Tyson. Now, there's one man who faced both Tyson and Riddick Bowe, which was Evander Holyfield. And Holyfield said Bowe was better. Now, both Tyson and Bowe had the skills to be top 5 heavyweights of all time if they had been more focused on their craft and made better choices outside the ring. Now, both fighters were capable of being monsters in the ring, and both were capable of being their own worst enemy outside the ring, right? Now, the winner of this matchup would likely be the one that had it together at the time of the fight, right? Came in with the head together and in shape. That would probably be the one that won it. It would be a great fight if both of them came in there with the head together in shape. Yeah. Now, Mike Tyson was capable of beating Riddick Bowe if Bowe was lazy, not fully invested, or not fully prepared. Mike Tyson was also capable of beating himself if he wasn't fully invested, lazy, and not fully prepared. Okay. Now, if both fighters come into the fight properly prepared, trained, and focused, I would go with Bowe because he was the better all-around fighter. Now, if Bowe is focused and prepared, this matchup could play out similar to Tyson versus Douglas, right? Bowe was kind of similar to that Buster Douglas that came in that night. Big, rangy guy, good jab, good boxer, powerful. We never seen that Buster Douglas again, though, remember? Yeah. But yeah, very similar. So with both fighters focused at that 100% prime versus prime, Bowe stops Tyson around the 10th round. Yeah, Bowe would stop him. Okay, the next one is Riddick Bowe versus Vitaly Klitschko. That's Holyfield. Riddick Bowe versus Vitaly Klitschko. Okay. Now, this hypothetical matchup between Riddick Bowe and Vitaly Klitschko in their primes is an intriguing topic for boxing fans. Both of these fighters had distinct styles and strengths that could influence the outcome of the fight. Klitschko would have a significant height and reach advantage, along with his strong jab and powerful right hand. His defensive ability, particularly his ability to absorb punishment and counter effectively, was a hallmark of his style. Klitschko was also known for his stamina and resilience. Now, Bowe's aggressive style and combination punching could pose problems for Klitschko, especially if he could close the distance effectively. But Klitschko's jab and reach could keep Bowe at bay and allow him to control the pace of the fight, right? Also, if Bowe could maintain his stamina and implement a high-pressure strategy, he might be able to overwhelm Klitschko. Conversely, if Klitschko could establish his jab early and keep Bowe at a distance, he could dictate the fight. It's challenging to definitively say who would win in their primes in this matchup, as both fighters had unique strengths that could lead to different outcomes depending on the fight's dynamics. Now, Bowe's skill and aggression would be pitted against Klitschko's size, reach, and tactical prowess, making it a fascinating and closely contested matchup. Ultimately, the result could hinge on factors like fight strategy, conditioning, and the ability to adapt during the fight, make adjustments and things. Now, because of the height and reach advantage and his strong jab, I'm going to lean toward Klitschko by razor-thin split decision. Yeah, Klitschko wins it. Razor-thin split decision over Bowe. Okay, Define Arnie One in the building. What's up, Define Arnie One? How are you today? That's our friend from Puerto Rico. Define Arnie One. Salute. Riddick Bowe versus the Legends. Define Arnie One. His fantasy matchups Monday. He loses. I got Vitaly Klitschko over him. Okay. Height, reach, that beautiful jab. Who knows which Bowe gonna show up? That's always a wild card with Bowe. Is he gonna train? Or is he just gonna come in and fight? Right? Out of shape or whatever. So I got Klitschko. The next matchup is Riddick Bowe versus Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin. You got my pictures all messed up today, so forget them. The Eastern Assassin, Larry Holmes, is the next matchup. Good one. Good one. Okay. I tried. I don't know what happened. I got back here late because of the people at the VA messed me over this morning at a doctor's appointment. And I told you they'd make like 15 people, give 15 people the same appointment. I'm thinking I'm going to have my appointment at 8 and get out of there early. It was like 15 people had the same appointment at 8. Right? They steadily calling people. I thought I'm the only one at 8, but they'd have called like 10 other people at 8. I'm like the 11th one. Damn. But it's all good. Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin, is the next opponent to go up against Riddick Bowe today. Fantasy matchups Monday. Appreciate everybody rocking with me. Hit the like button. Okay. Now, Bowe would give Holmes all he could handle for the first half of the fight, but his slight advantage in size would not make a big difference at all. Bowe wouldn't match Holmes' jab for jab because while Bowe had a good jab, he didn't make the best use of it like Holmes did, and Holmes' jab was much quicker and more accurate. Now the fight would be virtually even going into the late round. Bowe had a slight edge in strength over Holmes, but not enough to make a difference. Now Larry was a great boxer, but he could also fight when he needed to. Right? Larry could mix it up when he had to. Now, Bowe would make things uncomfortable in spurts for Holmes. After about round 10, Bowe would not be able to keep pace with Holmes. Big-time boxing so often comes down to character and creativity in a fight, especially when you got a good matchup like two guys. Character and creativity, like these two. Character and creativity under pressure. Holmes was on another level in these departments, right? Larry did everything possible with his talent. He left nothing on the table. That was not the case with Riddick Bowe. Now, though he became undisputed champion and made it to the Hall of Fame, Bowe is still a story of lost potential. A prime in shape Riddick Bowe, trained by the great Eddie Futch, would have been a threat to beat any fighter, including Larry Holmes, right? Now, Larry Holmes was a master boxer with an extremely high ring IQ, who had good mobility for a big man and possessed a great left jab, generally reckoned behind only Ali and Liston when it comes to all-time jabs. Holmes would have used his height and reach extremely well. And although not a huge knockout puncher, he possessed a strong straight right hand, right cross, and uppercut. He also had a good chin and a huge heart. Larry was one of the best technicians in heavyweight history, and he was solid defensively too. And he also had outstanding footwork. In the end, Holmes defeats Bowe by decision. But it would be close, okay? It would be a good, close fight. Yep. Larry Holmes and Riddick Bowe would be a good one. Sorry about the pictures. I blame it on them people down at the VA, man. I don't know what they was doing. I make my appointment 8 o'clock and get out of there at 1 o'clock. Come on, man. What's up with that? Okay, the next one. Riddick Bowe versus the Big Bear, Sonny Liston. Ray Patterson in the building, straight out of New Jersey. What's up, RP? How are you today, bro? It's Fantasy Matchups Monday, RP. Riddick Bowe on the hot seat today. He holding his own. I think he like 50% so far. Few losses, few wins. We got a few more to go. Well, this is Sonny Liston is number 10. We got 14 for Bowe, and then we got 6 miscellaneous ones of other people that I thought of, okay? So we got like 4 or 5 more for Bowe. Let's look at Bowe and the Big Bear, Sonny Liston. Riddick Bowe versus the Big Bear, Sonny Liston. Okay? Who would win that? Now, in a prime versus prime matchup between 1992 Riddick Bowe versus 1962 Sonny Liston, the Big Bear. I like saying that. Just as much as I like saying the hands of stone, Roberto Duran, the Big Bear, Sonny Liston, okay, would be favored. The Big Bear would be favored due to his superior power, reach, and overall boxing IQ. Despite Bowe's size advantage, Liston's heavy punches and ability to control the distance would likely lead to a knockout win for Liston over Bowe. Liston is widely considered one of the hardest punchers in boxing history, with a reputation for devastating knockouts. Liston had a longer reach than Bowe, allowing him to keep Bowe at bay and land punches without getting countered. He could reach Bowe, but Bowe couldn't reach him, right? Now, Liston faced and defeated several elite heavyweight contenders during his prime, which could give him an edge in strategy and composure. Now, Bowe was a larger fighter than Liston, which could potentially allow him to absorb some of Liston's punches, some of his power shots. Now, Bowe had good footwork and agility, which could help him evade some of Liston's heavy punches too. Now, while Bowe's size might be a slight advantage, most boxing analysts would still pick Liston to win a fight between these two due to his superior power, reach, and overall boxing ability. Liston, the Big Bear, wins by a competitive unanimous decision. The Big Bear over Riddick Bowe. Okay? The Big Bear. Okay. I got like 4 fighters from the Big Bear. 4 fighters from this era. I'm gonna stop. 4 fighters from this era going up against Riddick Bowe now. Tyson Fury. Riddick Bowe versus Tyson Fury. Okay? Riddick Bowe versus Tyson Fury. Well, that's a Tyson, but not Tyson Fury. Mike Tyson. Okay? Now, 1992 Riddick Bowe, with the great Eddie Futch in his corner, wins a unanimous decision over prime Tyson Fury. What is prime Tyson Fury? Is it now? No. When he fought Wilder, 2020, 2021, is that prime Tyson Fury? Yeah. 1992 Riddick Bowe versus 2021 Tyson Fury, I guess. Now, Fury is a huge man with heart, good ring sense, and size, but he lacks strength, speed, and punching power. He is an extremely sound fundamental fighter. He has 3 vital things he uses in place of strength and speed. He uses sheer mass, great length, and reach, right? Up close, Fury can lean on opponents and wears them down. And out from putting that weight on them, and after putting that weight on them round after round, right? But against Bowe, Fury simply wouldn't have enough power to keep Bowe at bay. And Bowe was a rarity for a man his size, a great infighter, as well as a good outboxer. Bowe was simply better physically and more talented than Fury, okay? Focused, in shape, with Eddie Futch's coaching, he wades through whatever Fury can offer. Bowe is stronger, faster, and as good a boxer with a much heavier punch than Fury. Bowe by unanimous decision over Tyson Fury. Okay? Next fighter from this era, Bowe versus AJ, Anthony Joshua. Bowe versus Anthony Joshua. Riddick Bowe versus Anthony Joshua. Okay? Now, again, the Eddie Futch trained version of Bowe at his best stops AJ early. Bowe at the top of his game was one of the top 5 best fighters of the 90s. All weight classes, not just heavyweight, period. Pound for pound, I would say. Well-trained, focused, yeah. Bowe was top 5 in the 90s. Now, AJ's best wins are over 41-year-old washed up, gun-shy Vladimir Klitschko, who nearly knocked Joshua out, and would have if he had been 5 years younger. And some of AJ's other opponents would barely be journeymen in the 90s. Dillian White, Tulab. Who else? Povetkin, and Andy Ruiz, who at 286 pounds was one of the fattest participants in any championship fight, in any division in boxing history. Andy Ruiz, and he stopped AJ, remember that? Stopped him. Okay? So yeah. Anyway, Bowe didn't really have any weaknesses other than his discipline at times. He could box outside or in fight, and he fought far better competition than AJ did. AJ can box, has solid fundamentals, and is technically sound. He's strong, but not as strong as Bowe. And AJ has power too. But Bowe probably hit harder and has the better chin. But AJ has an amateur skill set, right? Particularly on defense. He's uncomfortable getting hit. He's a good enough athlete, but AJ is stiff and robotic. He can follow a fight plan, but it's very choreographed. And if the fight plan doesn't work, AJ has no ability to adapt on the fly. None. Okay, zero, zilch, nada. Okay. AJ is more of an athlete who memorized the moves, okay, than a natural fighter. Bowe was both a good athlete and a natural fighter. This fight would be a mismatch. It would begin with both fighters probing with jabs, with Bowe landing harder and his better defense and speed. And Bowe's better defense and speed would mean he's getting off first and scoring more. Once Bowe establishes his jab, he would begin backing AJ up to the ropes. From that point, AJ has two options. He can jab and move, or he can go inside. If AJ moves inside, Bowe will likely catch him with a big shot and knock him down, probably with an uppercut. If AJ decides to jab and move, he'll make it further into the fight. But Bowe was a very skilled boxer and knew how to cut off the ring. So eventually, AJ would be pinned down and forced to exchange, and his chin and slower hands would be exposed and betray him. Bowe wins by knockout inside of 6 rounds against AJ. Okay? Riddick Bowe inside of 6 against AJ. Okay, 315. Got a couple more. Okay. Riddick Bowe against Deontay Wilder. Man, I wish I had my picture. Riddick Bowe against Deontay Wilder. Okay, who wins that one? Y'all, who wins that? Riddick Bowe against Deontay Wilder. Now, Riddick Bowe wins this matchup for sure. Bowe had the size, the reach, and the strength to push Wilder back and take advantage of Wilder's lack of a back foot game, right? Leading to Wilder not being able to launch that dangerous right hand off the back foot, right? He couldn't do it. He didn't have a back foot game, and you get him on his back foot, you just took that right hand away from him, okay? Wilder also has a pathetic close range game and low output. Deontay is 6'6", while Bowe is 6'5". Wilder has an 83-inch reach compared to an 81 to 82-inch reach for Bowe. Now on the flip side, Bowe had a cast iron jaw, weighs minimum 15 pounds more than Wilder, is a very skilled boxer, and had power in both hands, and fought very well inside. At his best, Wilder manages to shock Bowe maybe once or twice with heavy right hands. But after the initial struggles are over, Bowe calmly boxes his way to the inside and unleashes a flurry of combinations and finishes Wilder off in 4 or 5 rounds, okay? Bowe beats Wilder in 4 or 5. It's over. Wilder is sleeping with the fishes after 4 or 5. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's out. Okay. Riddick Bowe versus Alexander Usyk. Riddick Bowe versus Alexander Usyk. How would that one go? Now I'm going with Bowe in this matchup, especially the early 90s version. Bowe's size and ability to fight on the outside and inside would cause Usyk problem. Now Usyk may be able to out-finesse some bigger guys like AJ, but Bowe's range of skills was better than Joshua, right? Way better. It's a classic case of the good big man beating the good smaller man. Now, some people would favor Usyk due to his superior footwork, technical ability, and agility, especially considering the difference in these two fighters' styles, where Usyk's southpaw stance could give Bowe trouble, but Bowe's raw power and size could potentially be the difference in this matchup, especially if he could land clean shots on Usyk early in the fight. Now, Usyk is considered one of the most technically sound heavyweights in recent memory, with hand speed and combination punching ability, along with his excellent footwork. Also, Usyk's southpaw stance could disrupt Bowe's rhythm and make it harder for him to land power punches. Now, Bowe's aggressive approach with his knockout power could catch Usyk with some significant punches if Usyk gets too close. And again, Bowe is much larger than Usyk, which gives him the edge inside. Now, Usyk would likely do very well early in the fight, but he doesn't have the durability or power to last with a big, aggressive, talented boxer with Bowe's power. Bowe eventually pins him down and stops him late. Bowe 11th round TKO. Okay, so now we got 6 matchups of other people against each other, not Bowe. Okay, we got six other matchups. Okay, the first one is Rocky Marciano versus Jack Dempsey. Rocky Marciano versus Jack Dempsey. Okay, now the fantasy fight between 1919 Jack Dempsey and 1952 Rocky Marciano. Okay, excuse me for a minute. I meant to turn that down earlier. I turn it down, but it gets loud on its own. I don't understand that. You keep it down for a certain amount of time, it comes back up. Is that by design or something? Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, let's talk about this one. In a fantasy matchup between 1919 Jack Dempsey and 1952 Rocky Marciano, I would lean toward Marciano. Oh no, I ain't picking nobody against Rocky. Come on. But I would lean toward Marciano because of his incredible durability, relentless aggression, and powerful punching ability, which could overwhelm Dempsey's more explosive but less sustained power. Okay. Now, what do I mean by less sustained? Dempsey could match Rocky power early, but as the fight goes on, Dempsey loses power. Whereas Rocky punching just as hard in the 15th round as he was in the first. That's what I mean by Dempsey's less sustained power. Okay. Now, Rocky was known for his stamina and ability to absorb punishment while still pressing forward, which could be crucial against Dempsey's early round aggression. Now, while Dempsey had a devastating knockout punch, his stamina could decline late in fights. That's what I'm talking about. Potentially allowing Rocky to wear him down. Now, Marciano's relentless fighting style could be very difficult for Dempsey to handle, especially if Dempsey couldn't land a quick knockout, okay? The longer the fight goes on, the more it shifts into Rocky's favor because of sheer tenacity and stamina. It would likely be a tough physical slugfest, and it may not last long past 5 rounds. But if Dempsey doesn't win the fight within those first 5 rounds, then Marciano takes him into deep waters and stops him in the 12th round. Okay? Either Dempsey in the first 5 or Rocky in 12th. I lean toward Rocky, but in 12. Okay? Now the next fight is Evander Holyfield versus Alexander Usyk. All heavyweight matchups. Evander Holyfield versus Alexander Usyk. Okay? Have a drink. Hope everybody's enjoying the show today. Damn, that thing empty. Ain't nothing left in there to drink. I done sit there and drink the whole 22-ounce cooler. Damn. But tomorrow is the junior lightweight division. We're going to look at a little history of it. You know how we do on Tuesday. Some former fighters from junior lightweight. Some of the current top 10 at junior lightweight. There's some great fights in the division, right? And then Wednesday, I got a good one Wednesday, but guess what? I forgot what it was. I got it written down. Damn, it was a good one. I'm gonna tell you before 4 o'clock. Yeah, I got a good one. Thursday is boxing in the States. New Zealand, is that a state? No, New Zealand is a country. I knew that. Friday is the life and career of Ricky Hatton. I don't know what's after New York. Anybody know? I'm gonna tell you. Then we're gonna get back to this show. But let me tell you real quick. We got Evander Holyfield and Alexander Usyk coming up. Okay. Friday is the life and career of the second hitman, Ricky Hatton. Bad man. Ricky Hatton was one of the most popular UK fighters ever. More popular than Tyson Fury, AJ. They would try. Ricky Hatton fought on the moon. The UK fans would travel to the moon to watch Ricky Hatton fight. Yes, they would. They loved them some Ricky Hatton. Did he start that Sweet Caroline stuff on Ricky Hatton? I think he did. You know how they sing that now at all fights? I think that started with Ricky Hatton fight, with a Ricky Hatton fight. That Sweet Caroline song. Sweet Caroline. Oh. Okay, let me get back to the show. I'm trying to see what the boxing in the States is, but I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, Evander Holyfield versus Alexander Usyk is the next matchup, okay? Now, this would be a good matchup. Now, Holyfield was faster, which Usyk would not be used to. Holyfield also hit a lot harder. Holyfield has an all-time chin. Now, Usyk has at least a much better than average chin. Usyk had a lot of amateur fights, over 350, and won most of them. He beat some really good cruiserweights too as a professional. Now at heavyweight, these are the best 2 cruiserweights ever, but the fight is at heavyweight. Now at heavyweight, Usyk beat a journeyman in his first fight. And in the 90s, AJ would have been a journeyman at best. And not even a top-level journeyman, okay? Usyk destroyed AJ twice, as he should have. And Usyk had a better resume than both Fury and Wilder in only a few fights at the heavyweight. And Usyk is likely the fighter of the year for 2024 after 2 impressive wins over Fury. That said, Holyfield has definitely been in the ring with better opposition than Usyk. Lennox Lewis 2 times, Riddick Bowe 3 times, Big George Foreman, on Mike 2 times, Muhammad Qawi. Holyfield's faced elite opposition of all types and styles. Not just elite, Holyfield has faced all-time opposition. Now, Usyk is much better than the top of the division in this era. Holyfield has proven the level he's at. Now, Usyk, through no fault of his own, just doesn't have that caliber of opposition to test himself against, right? Just don't have it. Holyfield has faced and beat Hall of Famers and all-time greats, right? The fact that Usyk hasn't fought that type of opposition, like I said, it isn't his fault. But it's very hard to go against the much more proven fighter in a mythical matchup. Holyfield by toast decision. Okay. The next matchup is an interesting one. Muhammad Ali versus Teofilo Stevenson. Teofilo, of course, never turned professional, but what if he did? And they tried to get it, right? Castro wouldn't budge. But Castro was willing to do it one time. One of their promoters offered Cuba a whole bunch of money. And Castro was going to take it and let Teofilo and Muhammad Ali fight. But guess what happened? The United States State Department stepped in and didn't want all that money going to Cuba and stopped the fight, man. Yeah. Said, no, you're not giving Fidel all that money. And stopped it. Yeah. So we never got it. But we're getting it today, right now. Muhammad Ali versus Teofilo Stevenson. Now, Teofilo Stevenson never fought more than 3 rounds in a fight in his career. Had he challenged Muhammad Ali for the World Heavyweight Championship, he would have had to prepare to fight 15 rounds. And his first fight was, if he had agreed, his first fight as a professional was going to be for the Heavyweight Championship. Okay? Now, in 3-round amateur fights, Stevenson could just rain hell down on anyone who got into the ring with him, go all out, and never had to worry about getting tired. But just ask George Foreman what Ali did to guys who fought him like that. Right? Ask Big George. Now, if Fidel Castro had ever come to his senses and told Teofilo that he could best serve his country by turning professional and presenting Cuban boxing to the world against the very best fighters, then who knows? If Teofilo, I knew I was going to do that, If Teofilo had come up through the ranks and learned to fight longer fights, then his skills would have made him another great contender in the 1970s. Ali would have fought him and even told Stevenson he would. When they met, Ali went down and they spent some time together. Yeah. Now, Teofilo and Castro agreed to it. Teofilo proposed a series of 3-round fights with Ali. Ali was like, hell no, man. I ain't fighting you no damn 3 rounds. Give you the advantage. Ali was like, hell no, you must have bumped your head. I don't blame him. But so they never fought, right? But yeah. And hopefully if they had fought at the professional level, it would have happened before Ali got old, you know. And Stevenson had outstanding boxing skills. And he would have been able to make the transition to the professional level. A lot of guys he beat in the amateurs became champions in the pros. So there's no reason to think Stevenson could not have been an outstanding professional fighter too. But Castro would have had to allow it because Stevenson wasn't willing to fight outside of Cuba or as a pro without Castro's blessing. And that blessing never came. Now, as far as the fight against Ali, between Ali and Stevenson, the Cassius Clay / Muhammad Ali pre-1967 absolutely trounces Teofilo Stevenson. Okay, that Ali trounces every heavyweight ever. He outboxes Teofimo, dazzles him with unmatched hand and foot speed, just like he did everyone else. Now, Teofilo would have had a hard time hitting Clay. Okay, he would have had a hard time hitting Clay / Ali with clean punches. Teofilo didn't have the foot speed to catch him. Clay / Ali, pre-67 Clay / Ali beats Teofimo by a 3rd-round knockout. Okay, just 3-round knockout. Beats him fast. Now the 1970s and after, Muhammad Ali will win by late-round stoppage. Okay. Now the Ali that faced Spinks, Holmes, and Berbick should not get in the ring with Teofilo, because me personally, I would have Teofilo heavily favored against that Ali. Okay, but prime versus prime, Ali wins by stoppage. Okay, yeah. The Ali that lost to Spinks, Holmes, and Berbick, Teofilo Stevenson smashes that Ali, man, and he shouldn't even be in the ring with Teofilo. Not that Ali. Lost a 7-fight novice, Leon Spinks. Can you imagine what Teofilo Stevenson would do to him? That was around the time Teofilo was winning his 2nd Olympic gold medal. So no, we would not want to see that. But Prime Ali 67 trounces any version of Teofilo Stevenson, okay? Okay. The next matchup is George Foreman versus Ernie Shavers. Somebody's going to sleep in this one. George Foreman versus Ernie Shavers. Now, Foreman most likely wins by middle round TKO, but after a war. Now, both these fighters were the epitome of a heavyweight slugger. And when two big trucks collide head on, normally the heavier and tougher truck wins. And this points towards Foreman. Foreman is that heavier and tougher trucks. And he would win in what would be a legendary slugfest, okay? One for the ages. Now, Shavers would have a realistic chance early on, as long as he treats the fight as a street fight, goes crazy with huge right hands, and he needs to go at Foreman in a super aggressive manner, like he did against Norton, and jump all over Foreman early, okay? Don't let Foreman get warmed up, okay? Because if Foreman got warmed up, a few rounds into it, and they started exchanging big shots, that favors Foreman because he has the much more durable chin, and he has the much more durable chin. Now, both fighters had suspect stamina, but Foreman generally had a better gas tank than Shavers. So the longer the fight went on, that also favors Big George. The common opponent analysis in the form of Ron Lyle favors Foreman. He beat Lyle by 5th round stoppage, while Shavers lost to Lyle after gassing out. Common opponent analysis in the form of Muhammad Ali favors Shavers. A faded Ali took a bad beating from Shavers before decisioning him, while a slightly past his prime Ali beat Foreman by knockout, okay? And one thing for sure is Shavers definitely has a realistic puncher's chance against any heavyweight fighter in history. Both Foreman and Shavers destroyed Ken Norton in equally devastating fashion, but Shavers got to Norton twice as fast, okay? Foreman destroyed Frazier twice, while according to legend, Frazier ducked Norton, although it's not likely that Smoking Joe Frazier ducked anyone, okay? Now, this mythical matchup would have been a close fight. Ultimately, I would pick Foreman to win, mainly because of his granite chin. But it would be difficult for him to survive a clean, full-power haymaker from Ernie Shavers, who is arguably the hardest puncher in boxing history. Yeah, Ernie Shavers. You're the hardest puncher in boxing history. If you catch Foreman right, Shavers would definitely win. Okay? Hard for anybody to survive a straight-on shot from Ernie Shavers. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Evander Holyfield versus Roy Jones Jr. Evander Holyfield versus Roy Jones Jr. I think I got one more after this. Okay. Evander Holyfield versus Roy Jones Jr. Let's talk about that one. Now, Jones was one of the most athletic boxers with ring craft, hand speed, and reflexes that easily puts him on the all-time top 10 pound-for-pound list of many fans, right? Roy's on many fans' top 10 pound-for-pound list, right? Now, but again, the old saying holds true for me in this mythical matchup. A good big man beats a good small man. Remember, Roy was a natural middleweight with a reach of 74 inches, and Holyfield, being a natural light heavyweight, had a reach of 77 inches, okay? So Holyfield is a natural bigger man. Now, while the hand speed and reflexes of Roy Jones would have dazzled the crowd and certainly caught Holyfield off guard in early exchanges, Roy would have had to come inside and spend some time working on the inside to do some real damage to Holyfield. And the only problem with that would be it would not be one-way traffic. Coming inside like that, Jones would have felt and been hurt by the power of Holyfield. Now, Jones was not known for power and the ability to put opponents on the mat. He relied on slick combinations over time in the fight to wear guys down. So going toe-to-toe with the bigger, extremely competitive Holyfield, who used to put combinations together very well, that would have been too much for Jones, even in his prime, right? Going toe-to-toe with Holyfield. And Jones was an all-time great and a sight to see in his prime. Unfortunately, his size, reach, and weight disadvantages would count against him all night long against Holyfield. And Holyfield would be too much for him to overcome. Holyfield wins by late TKO over Roy Jones. Yeah, got Holyfield in that one. Wilder versus Joshua. Who wins that one? Wilder versus Joshua. Let's see. And by the way, who is boxing in the States this week? I never figured that out either. We'll get to all of that. But how's everybody today? It's Monday. The week starts back up again. Good to see everybody. Starting up another big week of boxing history on Cast Sports, the box story. Tomorrow, remember, is a lightweight division in boxing. Okay. I'm trying to see what Wednesday. I got a very good show. I got it written down somewhere. I want to take a look at this Joshua and Wilder real quick. I didn't have time to finish this one. I thought I would have, but like I said, doctor's appointment. I got back almost 2 o'clock. You were down there playing games. Guess I got to make the appointment like 5 o'clock in the morning. They probably ain't open that early. Wasn't my fault though. But let me see. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Who wins that one? Wilder and Joshua. Let's take a quick look at it. Now, in a fantasy fight between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Now, many experts would favor Deontay Wilder due to his devastating knockout power. Although Joshua's technical ability could potentially allow him to win if he can avoid getting caught by Wilder's right hand. That's the key right there. And AJ could make it a highly unpredictable fight if he could avoid that right hand, and either one of them could potentially win by knockout. Now, Wilder is renowned for having one of the most powerful punches in boxing history, meaning one clean shot could end any fight he's in instantly. Now, while not as explosive as Wilder, Joshua has better footwork and more diverse punch selection. Joshua is just a better all-around technical fighter, okay, than Wilder. Now, some experts question Joshua's chin durability, particularly after his losses to Alexander Usyk. Now, overall, while Joshua could potentially outbox Wilder, the risk of getting knocked out by a single punch makes Wilder the slight favorite. Okay, yeah, I would favor Wilder in that one, for sure. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. Well, first, let's see what boxing in the States Thursday is. That's after New York, anybody? New Mexico? Here we go. I'm ready to tell you. Okay, we have New York, North Carolina, Thursday, boxing in the States, North Carolina. And I had a great show coming up Wednesday. I wrote it down somewhere and don't know what it is. I can't, you do that, write something down. Remember where you wrote it down at? That's what I did. But I'm going to find it before Wednesday. That's crazy, man. I wrote it down. I don't remember where I wrote it down at. That's frustrating. Is that it? Oh, that's not it. I gotta find it. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. It's a very good show. You'll find out by Wednesday. I wrote it down. Well, how am I going to find it then? I have no idea where it's at. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. How was everybody's weekend? Yeah, we got a good show tomorrow, though. We got the junior lightweight division. We're going to look at some of the greatest junior lightweights of all time. And some of the, we're going to look at the top 10 lightweights of today. Okay. And we're going to look at some of the junior lightweight, 130. Some of the greatest junior lightweight fights of all time. I may not have written it down. There was something about fighters and fights, but I can't remember. It was a very good show. That's Wednesday, though. I can't remember. And then the profile this week is Ricky the Hitman Hatton. North Carolina is boxing in the States today. Yeah. Let me see. Just Do Boxing. Supposed to be coming up at 4:00. NFL weekend got kicked off. Playoff got kicked off this weekend. Oh man, there was some great games. I think the home team won every game except one this weekend. Yep. Redskins. Redskins. I call them the Redskins. Ain't nobody worrying about that. They've been the Redskins since the 50s. Now all of a sudden it's so wrong. Ain't that crazy? The politically correct nonsense. Ain't nobody worrying about that. The Indians was the last ones worrying about it. And then they made the Cleveland Indians change their name. They're the Cleveland Guardians, man. What the hell is a Guardian? Cleveland Guardian. And the Cleveland Indians sound much better. Nobody cared about that, man. Yeah, the Redskins won 23-20. And yeah, they were the only road team to win this weekend. Only road team to win. Yeah. Because the other home teams all won. The Ravens, Buffalo, Houston won at home, and Philly. So next week is going to be, it's a game tonight too, like Mike Grimm said. Minnesota at LA, but it's going to be in Arizona because of the wildfires. So the AFC is set. It's going to be the Ravens at Buffalo. I don't know what days it's going to be. One Saturday, probably one Sunday. Once you get to that divisional round, they usually have AFC and the NFC conference game, divisional round game on Saturday, and the AFC and NFC divisional round game on Friday. Because we'll be down to the Elite Eight this weekend after the night, right? But the AFC is the Ravens at Buffalo and Houston at Kansas City. That Ravens and Buffalo might be the best game of the entire playoffs. Now, the Ravens beat Buffalo 35-10, like I said, during the regular season, but this is an entirely different Buffalo team. That ain't the same team that the Ravens beat 35-10 way back like September, October. No. Entirely different. You're playing entirely different teams now. Okay? So, yeah. But very interesting. Nothing like NFL football, but boxing. The greatest sport of them all. Right? Ain't nothing like some NFL football but some boxing. And yeah, Monster fight with what's his name was called off. What's the guy name? From Sam Goodman. Yeah. That was supposed to be next week, remember? Now they're not having it. Nobody wants to get in there on a week's notice with the Monster. That would be crazy. They would have to offer some serious money for somebody to take a fight on a week's notice against they owe you anyway. No. Don't do that to anybody, man. That would not be right. Telling you, you got to fight not Monster next week. No. But yeah, it's off. I don't know if I haven't heard if they made a replacement or not. But yeah, Sam Goodman is out. Bud Crawford and Canelo Cinco de Mayo. And we are now just what? Today is like 2 weeks away from the fight week for the big David Benavidez and David Morrell. As a matter of fact, 14th, today's the 14th, right? 13th, 20th. The week after next is fight week for Morrell and Benavidez. We go through this week, go through next week. The following week is fight week for David versus David. Told you. That is February 1st. So we don't have to go any distance at all. We right up on that. As soon as we get into February, they get it on. I got Benavidez. I think the experience is going to matter. But, if Morrell pulls it out, nobody should be surprised. Talented young fighter, But with that talent getting the win, or with a lack of experience getting the loss. And, the best thing of all about it is we are going to see it. We are not just going to be talking about it. We're going to see we are going to see it. We don't have to settle for what he's ready, he's not ready, he's ready, he's not ready. The only way to find out is put him in there. And that's what they're doing. Putting him in there, we're going to find out if he's ready. Okay? They can be ready and still lose, but we're going to see. Will it be like Apataya and the prospect last week? This Apataya damn near decapitated the man. Clearly wasn't ready. No. Clearly, I don't care what nobody say, that guy clearly wasn't ready for the big time. He was an 11-fight prospect. That's what he showed to me. I don't know what he showed to anybody else, but he showed to me he was an 11-fight prospect. Will Morrell show that? Or will Morrell be ready? We got the next fight week. Yeah. Where's that fight? Is Saudi Arabia? Is that where it is? And then, a few weeks after that, we got the rematch. Bivol and Beterbiev. That is a fire card. Full of main events. That card. Beterbiev and Bivol. Wow. Curtis Stevenson and Floyd Schofield's on that one. Yeah. I think Callum Smith and Buatsi is on that one. Yeah. And a few more. That is a great card. Man, I do not know where I wrote down what Wednesday show was. Very good. Very good. I don't even know what to put in to see what it was. It was something about fights, and then it was something about fighters. I was going to do both of them. It wasn't dream fights. But it's going to come to me. I wish it would come to me in the next few minutes so I could tell you all about it. But hey, anybody do anything exciting this weekend? Was it the Honor Barbosa and Jack Catterall fight this weekend, or was it? I didn't see it. Was it? We got the meet and greet with Tank and Lamont Roach coming up March 1st. There's another raffle going on. More information to follow. I don't have all the details. We're having a meeting Wednesday. I will have all the details after Wednesday. Commercial, everything. But we still got a few weeks to go. But it's the Friday before the fight, because the fight is March 1st. I think it's like 40-something days. Okay. Fight is March 1st. Saturday, March 1st. And the tank trolled everybody talking about the fight is canceled. He could have been talking about any fight. He could have been talking about some fight out in the street somewhere. He got me too. Yeah. Some people put out their thumbnails making up shit. You know the usual suspects. Something like that happened. Yeah, I got inside information. I know why it was canceled. The fight wasn't even canceled. Yeah. Made them look the usual stupid selves. But yeah, that's something. The week after next is fight week for David versus David. I was trying to see about that Catterall and Barbosa. That could have been a pretty good little matchup. I thought it was this weekend. I didn't see it. I was watching football. And we got one more game tonight. Minnesota at the Rams. This should be a good one. The Rams, they haven't had that yet. Wow. I don't know what made me think they had that fight. They haven't had that yet. Because he just beat Regis. And Catterall had a pretty good year last year. Wasn't the second Josh Taylor fight last year? And then Regis? Not fight of the year type stuff. When do they name that? Because that's Usyk all day long. Fight of the year. Yeah. That's Alexander Usyk. I would be shocked if they don't give it to Usyk. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to find out what that show was for y'all. It's Wednesday. Very good. Very good show. I don't know how I'm going to do it now because I forgot what it was. That's crazy. Didn't write it down. I wrote it down somewhere. I just don't know where, but I'll find it. Don't worry. Yeah, Tuesday we going down through all the divisions. Don't miss tomorrow. It's lightweight. Okay. I'm still looking for it. We'll find it though. But yeah, Just Do Boxing is coming up at 4 today. I just checked. Got his thumbnail up and everything. We're going to be getting ready for that. But I appreciate everybody that came through today for the fantasy matchups Monday. Be back tomorrow with the lightweight division. Okay? All right. Ray Patterson, straight out of New Jersey. Appreciate you, RP. Define Arnie One. The Rides Podcast. Let's Talk Fashion, Mike Rim, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more, Mike Masick, Thomas Hill, Miss Cass. Appreciate everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with the history of the junior lightweight division. If it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian bringing you all of that boxing history. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. This is Cass Sports. Everybody have a great afternoon. I will see you around those JBT streets.